people of color have historically been on the front lines of struggle and social change. Now, we are facing a climate emergency. All over the world, communities are devastated by the rising tides, storms, fires, horrors, and miseries provoked by climate change.
This is Democracy Now! I'm Amy Goodman, as we continue to look at the devastating Hurricane Dorian. Her op-ed in the New York Times headlined, "Hurricane Dorian Makes Bahamians the Latest Climate Crisis Victims."
We've been the ones affected, our communities, the low-income black, brown communities, have been the ones affected since slavery, since colonization, since the genocide of indigenous people. We keep on fighting, keep on fighting.
Having young people know about these things and have an understanding of how different things like migration, like policing, like displacement are connected to climate change is really important.
Once again, the youth are at the forefront of the climate justice movement while ushering clean and just solutions to their communities, all the while fighting against the culprits of climate destruction in their communities and winning.
Well, it has been a problem since it opened 33 years ago, but now the Detroit incinerator has suddenly closed for good.
We seen it on the news. They didn't even call us and tell us. They let us find out on the news. So we're sitting there chatting about how school was and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my God, y'all, look, they shut it down. You know, I got all types of text messages to my phone. Everybody just excited.
We did a mental health campaign with another youth organization called CPA. We did an art event, so we had people from the community. Mental health was really important to us, and Poder, they're one of the reasons why I know a lot about mental health and like why it's important to spread awareness about it. So I think Poder, they give us information and like they help us. They're like, what do you want to do, and how do you want to let people know about it? People that are going through the same struggle that they don't know is happening to them.
Something that we did back home at the Kepler Institute in Indianapolis was create a community-controlled food initiative where we outreach to local urban farmers to come to the city and give fruits and vegetables to those people who needed food after the food chain store had closed, and we were able to increase the farmers' social capital. So they were not only being able to sell their produce, but people now knew about them and their farms can be better supported.
Para mí ese es el reto más grande de la cuestión económica, de dónde nos sustentamos. Y pienso que estrategias para eso, que tiene que ver justo con el cambio climático también. O sea, esto es un círculo de muchas cosas que suceden. Para mí es generar microempresas dentro de la propia comunidad que sustenten a gente de la comunidad y a la vez que están dentro podemos ver qué es lo que nos afecta en el medio ambiente.
We have a lot of problems with the militarism in San Antonio. It's actually called Military City, Kelly Air Force Base. They dumped a lot of chemicals into the ground, and every time it rains, the chemicals get spread. It takes a lot of contamination to the communities surrounded, especially low-income communities, brown, black communities.
I'm from North New Jersey. I'm an environmental justice leader there. Here repping for ICC,
I do a lot of community organizing in my area. Me coming out here and talking for them, it just warms my heart, and I love doing it. We run a garden program every Saturday in North New Jersey for the kids. We teach them gardening, we teach them harvesting and growing crops. We also teach justice and know your rights.
Really what got me connected to the land was just seeing people my color and people of my age really making a difference in the community, reconnecting their lines with the elders, doing a lot of workshops and a lot of produce markets for the inner city kids. And just I seen the way that food changed people's attitudes, and I seen how the garden brought serenity and harmony to people's lives.
Gaspar Sánchez de Honduras y también represento al Copín. My name is Philip. I'm from the island of Guam.
One person can change a lot. We all come from different places. We all come from Guam, Puerto Rico. I think that's really important, and not just in the United States. People need to come together as a whole.
Marching up to freedom's line. Ain't gonna let nobody turn us around.
It has to be intergenerational, it has to be youth aligned, it has to be frontline community aligned. We have to be able to learn from those who came before us.
Ain't gonna let
The front lines have been leading on solutions for a long time, and that we are building for a just transition, and that climate change conversations can't happen without that framework.
What gives me hope is seeing like organizations like when I work for ICC, just go out there and every day fight for the community, fight for climate justice.
When the grids go down and when the government shuts down our cities and our countries and continents, we won't have anything to rely on. People are going to be running to the farmers. People are going to be running for these resources that they don't have.
How do you feel being involved in this movement?
I feel empowered. I feel like I'm bigger than I actually am. I feel like I'm part of something that's going to be great, part of something that's going to make history.
Everybody knows the system rejects that, but if you don't fight to change it, what's going to happen? It's going to stay the same. It's going to get worse. It's going to keep affecting us in a bad way. So I feel like as long as we're fighting, we're already winning.
Pescando, quizás ni terminó la escuela, eso es real y a pocas cosas hace caso. Lo importante es tener comida y agua en el vaso, aunque se vive arropado por la contaminación, uno que otro va abrazado al polvo de la adicción.